Her message arrived at 2:14 a.m., a time when truth slips out because people think no one is watching. I'm pregnant. I want my ex at the doctor appointments. He deserves to experience this. I stared at the screen, the words glowing like a wound. My mind didn't react. My emotions didn't scream. Everything inside me simply stilled. 3 weeks before the wedding. 3 weeks before vows, photographs, families merging. 3 weeks before I would have called her my wife. I read the message again, then again. My thumb hovered over the keyboard, but something colder moved first. Instinct tightening around my spine, calculating, observing. The room felt too quiet. The world felt staged. And I was suddenly aware that the story I thought I was living wasn't mine anymore. So I wrote back. How special. 2 words. Sharp, precise, a scalpel disguised as softness. And in that moment, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't heartbroken. I was awake. The next morning, she behaved like nothing had happened, making coffee, humming lightly, moving around the kitchen with the ease of someone who believed the lie was safe. She didn't mention the message. Neither did I. Her silence was an answer. Her performance, a confession. When she kissed my cheek, I noticed the smell of a cologne that wasn't mine, a faint trace on her sweater, like a ghost leaning over my shoulder. That's when the suspicion sharpened into shape. Not anger, not disbelief, just a chilling, controlled awareness. The child wasn't mine, and she didn't intend it to be. She wanted him involved, her ex, not a donor, not a mistake, a participant. And every memory over the last month suddenly twisted. Her new late-night fatigue, her sudden protectiveness of her phone, her guilt-heavy affection. I didn't ask questions. Questions give people time to construct better lies. Instead, I stayed quiet, watched her move, watched her avoid my eyes. Every gesture became a clue, every hesitation a breadcrumb. The betrayal wasn't surprising, only the scale of it. I felt something inside me detach, cleanly, like a thread pulled free. I spent the next days observing her with a surgeon's precision. She left her phone unattended once, 8 minutes. Long enough. I didn't need to read her messages, just the call logs. His number was everywhere. Late-night calls, early morning calls, missed calls timed exactly to the nights she returned home exhausted. My hands didn't shake. My pulse didn't rise. The truth was unfolding, and I wasn't fighting it. I requested a copy of her medical appointment confirmation through the clinic's automated system. Routine, harmless. Her due date didn't match my timeline, not even close. 2 months off. I almost smiled, not because of satisfaction, but clarity. In public, I played the devoted fiancé, holding her bag, opening doors, listening to her talk about flowers and seating charts. Inside, I was already gone. I canceled the wedding, the venue, every reservation, silently, effortlessly. The vendor emails felt like pulling nails from a coffin someone else had built. No confrontation, not yet. Truth becomes sharper when delivered cold. The clinic sent the full appointment summary. Her first ultrasound wasn't her first. She had been attending appointments for weeks, with someone listed as the support person. His name, her ex. The reality settled in my chest, not painful, just final. When I handed her the printed copy as she came home, she froze. Color drained from her face before she even read it. She knew. She knew exactly what page she was holding. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. But her voice wasn't scared of losing me. It was scared of losing control. I didn't answer. Silence is a mirror. People reveal themselves in it. Her eyes filled, panic rising in strange, uneven breaths. "I was going to tell you," she said. They always say that. I watched her crumble, slowly, beautifully, like a structure built on stolen beams. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. That small movement broke her more than shouting ever could. I didn't yell, I didn't beg, I didn't give her the dignity of a conversation. The next day, I packed the prenatal vitamins she'd left on my counter, the ones she'd asked me to remind her to take. I placed them in a small gift bag, tied a neat bow. Then I drove to his house, not hers, his. He lived across town, a quiet neighborhood, a blue porch light flickering like a warning. I knocked once. The door opened, but it wasn't him. It was his wife. 8 months pregnant, hand on her stomach, soft, tired eyes. "Can I help you?" she asked. I held out the bag. "These belong to the father of my fiancée's child," I said. Calm, flat, surgical. Confusion twisted into horror as the truth hit her like a slow, spreading stain. She called his name with a voice that cracked. He appeared behind her, pale, wide-eyed, already destroyed by what he understood instantly. He looked at me, begging silently for mercy. I had none to give, none to waste. "Congratulations," I said. "Looks like you're expecting 2." Then I walked away as his wife's sob broke the air behind me. My fiancé called 23 times that evening. I didn't answer. Not out of spite, just disinterest. When betrayal becomes obvious, the pain evaporates. All that remains is clarity, cold, liberating clarity. I didn't block her, I didn't respond. Silence is heavier than rage. I returned the ring to its box, placed it on the table, and turned off the light. No ceremony, no grief, just an ending. People think heartbreak explodes. Mine didn't. It dissolved. Quietly. Completely. And as I locked the door behind me, I realized something simple, brutal, and final. I wasn't walking away from her. I was walking back to myself.